Hear ye, hear ye. The Honorable Federal Court of Illinois is now in session. Judge LaCroix presiding.
Okay, you may be seated. Okay, welcome back, you guys. Good morning to you. We're going to continue. Yesterday we ended with the opening statements, so today we're going to go to our first witnesses. And prosecution, you have the first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. We would like to call up Mr. George Pullman.
Okay.
Please proceed to the witness stand. Please raise your left hand, press your, sorry, I messed up. Put your right hand on the Bible and raise your left hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth in this case under penalty or perjury, so help you God?
I do.
Please proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Pullman.
Good morning.
Also, I would like to state that everyone that, do you remember the defense's opening statement about Mr. Pullman?
Jack, do you have a question?
Yeah, that's sustained. If you have a question, you can ask the witness, but you save that for your closing statements, okay?
Okay. So, Mr. Pullman, what would you say about the defense's statement about you forcing your employees to live in your town?
It was all a misunderstanding, and they seemed to force to live in my town. They were really required to work for my community, to help the community so that it would be a decent place to live in for the families to be raised.
And what did you supply the people?
I supplied them with a decent place to live in.
And then what did you supply them with inside the town?
I supplied them with many things, like a church, library, arcade, and athletic field. Also, a well-planned complete water and sewage system.
Okay, and then the defense also stated that you made high prices on your products, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I also understand some crucial things like rental prices were low and garbage disposal were free, right?
Yes.
Why did you do this?
I know many companies would bid high for these things, and I know I would too. And I had a second thoughts upon it, but I didn't want to make my workers work too hard and overwhelm them.
Okay, before the strike, what had your company been going through?
A depression.
For how long?
About 2 years.
Depression. So why did you bid low on contracts again?
I had to keep my employees working.
Okay. I also believe that you're the only company who has done this. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Since the strike started, what have you done to protect your company?
My company has hired 3,600 private guards to protect its own property. I had to pay at least $40,000.
And you did.
No, because it's not their concern for what I have to do for my company. And what I say should go, because again, it's my company.
Okay, because you founded the company.
Correct.
What do you intend to do to protect your company?
I intend to do anything I have to do to protect my company because I care about my company and all the workers in it. If it wasn't for my company, you know that my entire town would fall.
Also, what is your company's policy?
That I will never, ever give profits to ungrateful workers just because they demand it.
Would you say your former employees are acting selfish and ungrateful?
Yes, because they're asking more to what is needed, even though they all know that I do so much for them.
Would you say it's your fault for this whole incident?
No, not at all. Because I still gave them work and enough pay, even though we were in a serious depression.
Would you have any second thoughts about what you have done?
No, I do not have any second thoughts, and I stand by my decision.
Okay, your employees are part of your company, right?
Yes.
But would you say they should take part in your decision at all?
No.
Why?
Well,
Good.
yeah.
Your employees are part of your company, right?
Yes.
And would you say they should take part in your decisions about the things that you just made?
No, because
Why?
it's not because.
Yes.
Did-
Cut.
Would you say they should take part in your decision?
No, and if you can't answer the question, he'll just be removed from the trial, and we'll just go on. He'll get a low grade. Okay, keep going. Go.
Would you say they should take part in your decision?
No.
Why?
Because they're not in charge of my company. I am. So they're not a part of the decision making.
Thank you. That's all, Your Honor.
Okay. Defense, he's now your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hello, Mr. Pullman.
Hello.
I understand the strike must have hurt you financially. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you explain why it hurt you?
I had to pay at least $400,000 to hire private guards to take them out.
Was it only your cars being taken off the tracks?
Yes.
What was the role of the strike breakers?
Cut. You have to get
Your cars being taken off the tracks, Mr. Pullman?
And mail cars, too.
What was the role of the strike breakers?
Well, you know, I try to prevent violence, and, you know, because I felt that they were making violence because they had rocks with them. So I feel that, you know, what are they going to do with rocks? Just hold them? No, I feel like they're going to start something, and I had to break it. I try to prevent violence by doing that.
Okay. Were the strike breakers supposed to chain mail cars to the Pullman cars?
No.
Did you choose to lower the pay of your workers?
Yes.
Then why is it that you chose to lower your workers' pay when you chose to keep giving money to your stockholders?
We were going through a serious depression.
Mr. Pullman, you need to sit down.
Sorry,
Clerk,
Honor.
if he stands up again, you throw him out.
Do you believe that the strike was violating the Sherman Antitrust Act?
Yes.
But you previously stated that they weren't taking all the cars off the track.
Most of them.
Doesn't the Sherman Antitrust Act state that it is illegal to stop all trade?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is leading the witness. He's not qualified to answer that question.
Okay, I'll sustain that. If you have an actual question for him.
You make all your workers buy from your city, is that true?
Yes.
Then aren't you, in a way, violating the Sherman Antitrust Act?
No.
Why do you think so? No more questions.
Okay, you may sit down, Mr. Pullman. Thank you very much. All right, prosecution, your next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. We'd like to bring up Mr. General Nelson Miles.
Please come to the witness stand. Please place your right hand on the Bible and raise your left hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth in this case, under penalty or perjury, so help you God?
I do.
Please be seated.
Good morning, Mr. Miles.
Good morning.
Now, is it true that you are in fact a commander?
Yes.
In which field, sir?
In the Army.
And how many years of experience do you have in the Army?
30 years.
And which wars were you a part of?
Objection. This has nothing to do with the case.
I'm going to overrule it. I'll let it go.
The Civil War.
Okay. So, who sent you to Chicago and what was the purpose?
President Cleveland sent me to Chicago to stop the strikers from stopping the mail carriers.
Okay, so how do you feel about Eugene Debs and the other socialists who are a part of the strike?
I think that what they're doing is wrong and illegal.
So you're against socialists?
Yes.
Okay. And is it true you had an order from President Cleveland, and what was that order?
That order was to use force if necessary if the strikers did not listen.
Okay. So please explain to the jury what happened on the day of July 7th, 1894.
Well, President Cleveland told me to stop the strikers, so me and my men arrived there in Chicago, and the strikers had rocks and weapons, and they started throwing those rocks at us. And
That happened when you approached them?
yes.
Okay. And so what happened to you? Did you have an injury?
Yes, I got shot in the arm.
And who do you believe shot you in the arm?
Strikers.
Now explain why you believe that.
Because my men don't shoot me, and plus my arm wound was from the front because I was leading my men. I don't sit in the back. I'm a coward.
So it wouldn't really be possible for your troops to be shooting you if you're in front of them and your wound is in the front.
Yes, correct.
I see. So what happened after the violence broke out?
I had to call in some more reinforcements, and finally the strikers were arrested.
Okay. No further questions, John?
Okay.
Thank you.
Cross-examination.
union trying to stop all railroad cars?
No, we were not.
Did the union intend to stop the mail?
No, we did not.
Then who interfered with the mail?
It was the strikebreakers.
Did you see the strikebreakers chain the mail cars to the Pullman cars?
No, I was not there.
Now let's talk about July 7th. What happened to end the peaceful strike?
The federal troops came and they began to shoot at us.
Do you know why the federal troops were sent?
No, I did not, because it was not a federal matter.
Do you believe the federal injunction was legal?
No, because what we were doing was not a federal matter, and it should have been handled in an Illinois court.
That's all, thank you.
We would like to recall her later.
Okay. Okay, your witness.
Eugene is hello. Hi. Why do you think you symbolize this whole strike?
I symbolize the strike because I led it and I know what's good for the workers.
Why did you lead it?
I led it because I feel that the workers should have better working conditions and wages.
But do you know how their wages were with Mr. Pullman?
Yes.
And do you know that the whole country's in a depression?
Yes, but I believe that he was cutting them way too low, making more money to live.
But didn't he have to make money too? Doesn't he have a living too?
Objection. You're misleading the witness.
I'm going to sustain it. I do have a question.
Okay. Yes or no, do you think the U.S. Army provoked the violence?
Yes.
But didn't you provoke the violence yourself?
No, we did not.
But did you guys not?
Objection. You're misleading the witness.
That's okay. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
But did you not, provoke the violence yourself by, throwing rocks at them too?
We did not throw rocks at them first.
But why didn't you provoke the violence too, after they provoked the violence?
Objection, asked and answered.
Yes. If you have an actual question, go right ahead and answer it. Okay.
How exactly did the Army provoke the violence?
They began to shoot.
Are you a socialist?
Yes.
How did you feel for Pullman's former employees?
I felt that they should have better wages and working conditions.
But is it seriously his fault for having low wages and they needing more money?
Objection. She's
Sustained.
misleading.
Sustained.
Yes or no?
You can say it for your closing. You can do the closing
Okay.
statement.
Would you say Pullman is a big business?
Yes.
Yes or no? Did you not stop Pullman cars from leaving the yard?
Yes.
How about the mail cars? Did you not delay them?
We were not the ones who chained the mail cars to the Pullman cars.
But did you touch them?
No.
How did you try not to not touch the mail cars?
We didn't touch them. We only removed the Pullman cars. That's what we intended
But
to
weren't
do.
they chained onto the mail cars?
Yes, but we're not the ones who did that.
Because it didn't really seem that you didn't touch them.
Objection. Do you have a question?
Yeah. Sustained.
Thank you.
I think you got your answer though.
Okay. Why was it wrong for the troops to be sent in your case?
It was
Objection, asked and answered. I already asked it.
I'm going to, we'll let you go with that. You can ask it too.
How was your reaction towards the troops coming?
Well, they should not have been sent because it was not a federal manner, and that put the U.S. government on the side of the Pullman side of the railroad.
Why did you not obey the federal injunction again?
Because I believe that it wasn't a federal manner, so it did not apply to us.
But even though it was still a government injunction, you broke it though.
Objection. She's misleading the witness.
Sustained. Say it for your closing.
What do you think about Pullman's actions towards the workers?
Objection. Asked and answered.
I'll let this one go.
Did you or did you not make the first violent action toward the U.S. Marshals?
We did not.
Order.
That's all.
Okay, you may be seated. All right, at this time, prosecution, if you'd like to recall any witnesses, this is a good time to do it.
We would like to recall George Pullman.
Okay? George Pullman, now remember, you're still under oath. It's okay. He's still under oath. It's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Hello.
George Pullman, I just want to make one thing clear. Did you or did you not force your employees to live in your town and buy all your stuff inside the town?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?